Every Yom Kippur, we read the story of Jonah. Jonah is told by God to go to Nineveh and warn the people that God will destroy their city. Jonah doesn't want to do what God is asking of him, and so he flees on a ship. God causes a storm, and the sailors cast lots, trying to figure out who is to blame for the storm. It is Jonah, and so they throw him overboard, where he is swallowed by a whale. After some contemplation time in the whale, Jonah is spit out on the shores of Nineveh. Though he still feels reluctant to go to Nineveh, Jonah goes and warns the people of Nineveh that God will destroy them if they do not repent. The people believe Jonah and proclaim a fast and put on sackcloth. Even the king declares that they should all fast, put on sackcloth, and repent and turn away from their evil ways. And God doesn't destroy them. However, this angers Jonah, and so God decides to teach Jonah a lesson about compassion. God creates a gourd to provide Jonah with some shade. Jonah takes advantage of the shade, but doesn't care for the plant. So the next day, God makes the plant wither and die. Jonah cries out to God as he is upset the plant died. And God asks him, why is he so upset about the plant? Especially because he didn't take care of the plant. It just appeared into being, offered shade, and the next day it died. God saw that the people of Nineveh took his warning seriously, and because of their response, God took pity on the people of Nineveh. After all, the people of Nineveh are part of God's creation. They realized the error of their ways, and God had compassion on them. Jonah grieved the loss of the plant, a plant he had not planted or tended, but he could not find compassion for the people of Nineveh. God uses this contrast to remind Jonah that all creation, and especially human lives, are worthy of compassion. Our theme this year for the High Holy Days has been deepening roots. Roots can have many meanings. It can be the root of a plant that through care and watering grows into a larger plant or even a tree. Roots can be where a person settles for their lifetime. Some of us are far from the original roots of our beginnings, but had the fortitude to put down new roots and create a new life somewhere else. We can see these roots in our ancestry, thinking of our matriarchs and our patriarchs that put in many hours to build this community. We can see these roots in Torah, where its teachings are the roots that stabilize and sustain our Jewish life. We see these roots in the building of community, where they symbolize shared values, collective memory, and mutual responsibility. Roots are a foundation. 45 years ago, a group of 100 families decided to put down their roots and create Shir Hadash, a community that would be rooted in music and participation. Over the years, that community has evolved, adding in social justice and learning and spirituality. If we were to look at Shir Hadash as a tree of life, the founders planted the roots, and as the years have gone by, the roots became branches, and those branches continue to grow. Unlike Jonah's gourd, which withered and died, our roots thrive when we care for them, allowing us to continue growing. Roots are the foundation that we continually build on, understanding that to grow, we need to adapt. But trees do not grow overnight. Adaptation and change can take time. There is a reason that buildings begin either in the basement or on the first floor. We cannot build a building starting at the top and working our way down. And we cannot break the foundation or there will be nothing to stand upon. Strong roots and foundations create the space to adapt and grow together. Our roots remind us to stay grounded in heritage, in humility, and in the soil of sacred tradition. Traditions can change as well. I remember coming here 30 years ago as a new cantor and wondering what melody the congregation was singing for the candle blessing, as it wasn't the melody that I grew up with. I was well aware of the need to not institute my own melody and use what was already in existence. And yet, over time, it became my tradition too. And occasionally, I was able to share the melody I grew up with. When a couple gets married, they each bring their family traditions into the marriage. And the hope is that they build off of those traditions to create their own traditions. And some of you may remember that Rabbi Aaron's first email was Rab Chadash, and mine was Chazan Chadash. And I once had a colleague who asked, "What happens when you are no longer a new cantor?" I explained that the Chadash came from the name of our synagogue. But what if we look at this word Chadash, new, as something that isn't just new once, but new means evolving, and that we continue to evolve our new song. To sing that new song, we need to take care and remember the roots that began the melody that we sing. And adding in new harmonies from our new members sparks additional songs, allowing us to all sing together. God created the gourd for Jonah to learn to have compassion, and that is what we all need now in the world. Compassion to care for our roots, our families, our villages, and our synagogue. We tell the stories of our earlier generations to honor what has been and to use that knowledge to care for each other and to care for ourselves. We are meant to be rooted yet reaching. Our roots hold the memory of where we began, anchoring us through life, but they are not chains, they are lifelines. From that steady ground, our branches stretch towards the shifting light, learning the pattern of the wind, daring to grow in new directions. True permanence is not stillness and not stagnation. It is the quiet strength that allows us to keep becoming. May 5786 continue to be a year of nurturing and growth, and may our community deepen its roots. Gemar Chatima Tova. May we all be sealed in the book of life.